Honey, no. No, honey, on your bed.
I'm Chris Scheetz.
Stay. And I'm Baillie Scheetz.
We have a dog in the studio who's insisting on attacking my feet.
Yes, she's wanted to be a part of the podcast for a while now.
I like this. This will make this a lot more challenging today.
Yep.
All right. Honey, please stay.
Even when we got nothing to talk about, there's nowhere I'd rather be. 'Cause there's something about you and me just sitting around talking Scheetz.
Talking Scheetz. That is Dan Davidson. And you should never start a show by promoting the next show. But Dan Davidson will be on the next show, the singer of that song.
Yeah, it's special to hear the jingle knowing that next time it might be live.
I hope your French bulldog, Honey, doesn't attack his feet. That would be very rude.
Honey is only allowed in the studio for the solo pods, not with the guests. She doesn't play well with others sometimes.
She doesn't play well with Grandpa for some strange reason. Welcome to the show. Just to set the scene, it is very warm in here today, very warm. I'm already got the pit stains going.
And for people not watching, we're both in cozy outfits.
Yeah.
Which was not smart. We keep doing that, but it's freezing outside. It's winter.
I wasn't going to wear this furry outfit, but again, my wife, who's dressed me since we got married,
your stylist,
1992,
yes,
said you're wearing this, so I'm putting this on.
You wanted to be an outfit repeater,
right?
You came out in an outfit you've already worn. Again, this is mostly an audio podcast, but we do videos, and we've only had 5 episodes, and you were about to become an outfit repeater. Lizzie McGuire, you are an outfit repeater. It was too early for that.
And I am an outfit repeater.
Yes.
That was the great thing about, and Jack and Matt used to laugh about it all the time when I was doing the morning show because, it was like the same jeans for 7 days in a row. I would wear the same 3 shirts and just kind of alternate them unless Karen got involved. But she didn't want to get involved at 4 a.m. I usually just picked my own stuff out. So I have always been an outfit repeater.
Yes.
Whatever I think is cozy and comfy, I will wear.
You're a bit of a Steve Jobs. You know how he had his uniform so that he could really focus on his work? He would just wear the same thing every single day. That was you, except for you didn't have multiple versions of it. It was just the same T-shirt.
And it had nothing to do with focusing on work.
No.
Nothing at all.
No.
All right. So Dan Davidson's coming up next week. We do want to talk about that. On this episode, we're going to talk about your daughter. And how she's growing and the things that she's doing and the things that she's starting to eat. We're going to talk about Valentine's Day because it's coming up on Friday.
Is it Friday?
Friday.
Gosh. I hope you know that.
I do know that, but that doesn't mean I know what to do about it. So I'll maybe be getting your advice. There's a really important hockey game coming to Edmonton this week. We'll talk about that. There's some fun hockey happening in Montreal and Boston. We'll talk about that. You say that your best game show,
yes,
that you could possibly.
I have discovered. I've never been a game show person, but I've discovered something new, and it's changed my life.
Okay, all right. So we've got a lot of that, and whatever else possibly happens.
Yes, there's a lot of rambling in the solo Baillie and Chris
and sweating
episodes. Solo sweating for sure. For sure.
And again, you said that we do have video. We'll just remind you, if you download this podcast, and please download it, that would be great on all of the different services. If you're listening right now, you've figured that part out.
Yes.
But you can also watch it. There's a video that Baillie works very hard on that you can watch and
on YouTube.
And please subscribe.
Subscribe on YouTube.
That makes a
watch
difference.
The videos. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok. We're doing okay on TikTok, which is cool.
It's hard to do okay on TikTok now.
Yes, especially when it went away. It came back. TikTok is a bit of a drama queen, but you know what? We're doing well, so it's good. Yes. Okay. I'd like to start, if you don't mind,
all right,
by talking about something that happened a little while ago now, but was super exciting and something we haven't been able to discuss yet on the show,
right,
which was the Chris Scheetz courtyard.
All right.
At the Stollery Children's Hospital here in Edmonton.
Mm-hmm.
We got to go there for a kind of a surprise unveiling as part of the Chorus Radiothon as well. And we showed up, my husband, Renato, and I, as we've mentioned, the executive producer, baby Leona, and my brother got to come and everybody. And then we showed up and they unveiled something pretty special.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it?
Well, you know what? On my last day on Kissin', the Stollery folks, Martin and Megan came up and they on the stage, they announced, they gave me a key to the Stollery and they said they were going to do this Chris Scheetz courtyard. And, there was so much coming at me that day, but that was certainly probably the most special thing that I heard. And, the mayor declared it my day in the city, which, I don't know if that still means I get off photo radar tickets because I haven't gotten one since. So maybe that's what that meant.
Maybe.
But that really meant a lot to me that day. And then it was kind of radio silence and I hadn't heard a whole lot. And then Megan called and she says, "Hey, Chris, we got a surprise for you. We want you to come to the Stollery and check something special out." So we went there and you think, okay, Chris Scheetz Courtyard, what's this all going to be about? And then you walk through the front entrance of the Stollery and there it is on the wall.
A mural.
It was unbelievable.
A beautiful mural with children, cartoon children, walking on a beautiful bridge towards the Chris Scheetz Courtyard. Patch-Up the bear is there.
Dr. Patch-Up.
Dr. Patch-Up, yes,
Yeah.
the Stollery mascot.
Yeah.
And there's some hidden Easter eggs in there. It says Chris Scheetz Courtyard in massive letters.
Yeah.
And then there's some hidden Easter eggs that are special to you and the family.
Yeah, exactly. So my first granddaughter, Leona, who's also known as Leo the Lion because she was born in August.
Yeah.
There's a little one of the children that's walking across the bridge has got a little Leo the Lion they're holding.
Yeah,
and,
a little lion stuffed animal.
which is incredible. But if I am lucky enough to have other grandchildren, I don't know what that's going to mean for all of them.
You know what?
Yeah.
The firstborn. That's how it is sometimes.
Easy for you to say, and me because we were both firstborn. I understand. And then also on the tree, on the other side of the bridge, it's got K+C, which is my wife Karen, who, by the way, people are still begging to come on this podcast.
I appreciate the efforts. She
Yeah.
will be the hardest. We can get Taylor Swift before we get Mom down here because she is not a fan of cameras or exposure. She would be an incredible guest.
Yeah.
And maybe one day, if we're lucky enough, if you keep subscribing, we can get Karen Scheetz on the show.
If we get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, we will get Karen Scheetz on the show.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well,
Yeah.
okay, let's say that. Let's
All
go
right.
with that for now.
Let's say that. Let's push.
But yes.
Let's push for that.
So she's honored in the mural as well, which is so special. And
yeah.
she's
She's the reason why
any of this happens.
Any of it happens. So,
yes.
In the list of incredible things that have happened in my life, obviously my family and my children and my grandchildren and them getting married and all that stuff is always on top. But next to that courtyard at the Stollery is I'm still in disbelief. It happened a few weeks ago, and I'm still in disbelief that it
was.
happened.
Yeah,
So,
I was crying. Everyone was crying. It's really beautiful, and to think about how many families go in there in tough times and they're going to see that. Like it's beautiful and colorful, and it's a very, very special tribute for you and the entire family.
it's amazing. So thank you to the Stollery for doing
Yes.
that, and congratulations. They raised another $1.9 million for the Stollery this year. So so just incredible, and hats off to everybody. So it's I don't know if there could be anything. And the cool thing about it too is that sometimes really neat things happen to you after you pass away. But to see this stuff before you pass away,
Yes, it's like an honorarium while you're alive is kind of rare. Like nobody gets park benches while they're still alive, let alone a courtyard.
Yeah, so it's really cool. And speaking of the Stollery, I do want to do a shout out for another incredible event that happens every year. It's happened now. This will be the 15th year for it. It's the Stollery Family Day Classic. It's happening starting on Valentine's Day on Friday and heading straight through till Monday, which is Family Day. And basically, it's kids playing for other kids, and it's an incredible event. They've raised $4.9 million so far. Hats off to my friend Steve Serdachny. He's a hockey instructor, and he's been doing that for years, but this is his way to give back, and this event is huge. It's at the Terwilliger, and you can go online and help them out and help them continue to raise the money. And I know there's kids that play all weekend long there, and they absolutely love it.
The Terwilliger Rec Center?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah,
That's big fans of the Stollery.
It really is incredible.
Yeah.
So we did want to mention that too. It's coming up on Friday. I want to talk about, and I was telling the guys at hockey this past week, they were asking how my granddaughter was, and I'm like, guys, she's 5 months old and she's already crawling. And I could tell they were looking at me like, oh, he's going to be one of those grandpas.
You are one of those grandpas. I have noticed that too. You're like, oh, if only she was cute. Like you really like to play up that your granddaughter is the best. And I know, like between us here, and she is the best.
Yeah.
But you definitely have quickly gotten into one of those, like.
I didn't want to be that. I didn't want to turn into that, but I can't help myself.
I know.
I can't help myself. So I'm bragging that she's crawling now, and she is. She's motoring.
Well,
she can get across the room.
Very
between
quickly.
rolling and dragging herself.
Yes.
She can do that, right? So I'm
I
just
wouldn't call it crawling.
no.
It's more of like a zombie drag situation. It's kind of creepy, especially because she is so young. But she is very efficient at moving, for
Yeah.
sure. I don't think it's like how you're supposed to move, and she kind of gets a little bit of rug burn, but
she has
really,
no body awareness.
No, she just,
Like her grandpa.
but you turn around, we've gotten to the stage, it happened way quicker than I thought,
yeah.
where everything has to go away.
Yeah.
Like she
Instantly.
is, yes, like it was like, oh, baby proofing the house. Oh no, she's fine. She's just a little potato that sits. And then suddenly she is mobile.
A day later.
And she's gotten so fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
everything is gone in our house. We were the kind of people that were like, no, we're not going to change our lives for the baby. Like our house is very decorated in a way that we like.
Yes, it
All
is.
of our furniture is vintage, and we've got it from different thrift stores, and we've sourced it. And oh, we're not going to put away our furniture. Like the
Right.
baby's going to have to figure it out. Our entire living room is cleared out.
Yeah.
It's just full of baby stuff now.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
just a mat on the floor. It's like a wrestling ring for the baby. And all of our stuff is gone.
It looks like the play places they used to have at McDonald's. I don't don't think they have them anymore.
Yeah, but it's well, probably for germs.
Yeah.
But we had a beautiful glass
I'm guessing.
coffee table, and when Renato was putting it away, he said, "Well, I guess we'll see this in about 10 years."
Yeah.
It's gone.
It's gone. That's
Yep.
it. All right. And so she's crawling.
Yes.
And that means she's getting a bit of a hunger going on.
Oh,
And
yes.
she's always hungry. She's always hungry.
That
right?
baby came out
Yeah.
hungry and
Yeah.
has eaten every 2 hours in her entire life.
Which
but
is again, it's a genetic thing. It's the way it goes. So then it was time to introduce her to pablum.
yes, cereal. Yeah, we had a little bit of cereal. Cereal didn't work out the best for her.
Right.
She got a little backed up.
Yeah.
So we had to
Plugged up like a sparrow eating
yeah,
cement powder.
that's a visual. But we had to intervene really quickly with some
Oh, wait. Don't tell. Yeah. Okay. So
Okay.
if you are a new human on the earth
Yes.
and your first food, like
Yeah.
what would you want it to be? Like what would you want your first food to be? You've come into this world and the very first food besides your mom's milk and this pablum stuff, what would be the first food that your parents should choose for you to enjoy and experience? I'm thinking maybe a ground up Big Mac, would be good.
Some pasta.
Some pasta,
Yeah.
some pasta, some fettuccine, just
Mhm.
kind of ground up into some kind of a pablum form. No. My granddaughter, what did she get first?
She got prunes.
Yeah. How fair is that?
She got pureed prunes.
Yeah.
It was quite an ordeal. I so much so that I was crying. I was laughing so hard at the faces she was making, and then I had to FaceTime you guys immediately
Yeah.
because I've never seen her, let alone any human, make a face like that.
No.
She was in shock. She wasn't even angry. She was just like, what the heck is going on? What is this flavor? I don't like it, but I'm going to keep eating because I've never eaten before. So this is kind of cool. But it was, prunes as a first food, would not recommend. She didn't love it, but it did the job
Yeah.
in terms of getting the backup out.
Yeah.
So,
I guess it worked, but my gosh, like what kind of, that's child abuse. Like
yeah,
prunes?
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
yeah.
And then now it's gone to this new, and I don't remember this. Again, I don't remember a lot of the things when you guys were growing up, but did your mom make homemade? I remember us buying the baby food in jars.
Yeah.
But you guys are like, you did like carrots.
Yeah.
And then I was watching Care, also known as Grandma, and she spent like hours making some kind of, was it avocado?
Avocado baby food.
Avocado baby food.
Mhm.
And I'm like, what is going on? Don't we just buy it in little jars?
There's not really the jars anymore.
Oh,
and
really?
it's expensive, first off. It
Okay.
honestly is more expensive to purchase. And they only really have the pouches. And she's too small to use the pouch.
Okay.
So it's common, I think, to like make your own puree. It's to buy some carrots or a couple avocados is cheaper. And
I
don't know,
guess
she
it makes
seems to
sense.
like it.
Yeah, but I had no idea that was a
yeah,
thing.
we were like making it's like a baby smoothie station over here. We're all in production, but she's enjoying it so far. There's different ways to go about feeding a kid for the first time, and I'm just going for what seems like the easiest and the best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now she's sitting in a high chair.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where now your dog, Honey, the
Yes.
French bulldog, which we'll talk a lot
Who
more
is
about.
in the studio on my feet,
Yeah, that
which
has.
is perfect because
Thankfully, she's not attacking anymore. She's just
she's
laying-
sleeping now.
Yeah, there's a heated floor, so she's loving it. She's
Yeah.
on the rug. It's all good. But anyway, she's starting to understand the value of having a baby
Oh,
in
yes.
the house.
Yes.
Because Honey loves to eat just like the
Yes.
rest of the family.
Yes. Honey at first was like not sure about this baby. Now it means mom is home all the time. All we do is kind of hang out and cuddle.
Yeah.
Second off, now that food time is happening, when the baby is going into the high chair, Honey is going right under the high chair. She's
Right.
like, she's going to throw some stuff, and
Yeah.
this is going to be for me.
Yeah.
Honey, no problem with the prunes. She was thrilled.
Here's the irony of that. Honey does the same thing when I'm eating.
Oh,
She
yes.
hangs out under me
She
because she
knows.
knows
She
it's
finds,
I'm just like a 5-month-old.
yeah,
Like,
she
it's,
finds the easy, she's like, he's going to throw something for sure.
it's gonna fall.
Yep.
He's not gonna get it. There's no way he can get all of that in his
Honey
mouth.
has many things, but she is smart.
Right. Right.
She says, I know that the baby and grandpa are going to be dropping some food for me.
It works out well. And speaking of dogs and pets and all of those kind of things,
Yes.
again, a partner of the show is the Pet Expo. And Pet Expo is happening on March 8th and 9th. So it's in less than a month now, or just over a month, I guess, at the Edmonton Expo Center. And they've got all sorts of great things they're going to be doing. Like, it's going to be crazy. 2 days, again, from 10 to 5, both days at the Expo Center. And if you've got a pet of any form, there's just going to be, they're going to teach you, you're going to learn, right?
And heaven knows we need it. We
Yeah.
need to learn some things about how to train our dogs.
Yeah.
But it's going to be the place to be for pet owners. And if you love your dogs like we love our dogs, or
Yeah.
your cats or your birds,
Yeah.
it's going to be awesome.
They have the cat fanciers there. I'm not even
Yes.
sure what cat fanciers are, but it sounds like a fancy thing.
Uh,
Do you
In
know?
my mind, I picture cats in fancy outfits, but I don't think that that's what it is. I would love that.
Yeah, and they're going to have all sorts of products and services for you and your pets as well. So happening at the Pet Expo, and truly, Louise reached out and she said, "Hey, I love what you guys are doing on the podcast, and I'd love to maybe have us be a part of it." So
Mhm.
they kind of believed in us very, very first.
Yeah.
They believe that we're Apple and not BlackBerry.
They
So-
know what we have going, and they know that a dog sits at the bottom of the podcast. So it's really on brand for us, especially, knowing us and our pets.
So start planning. Pet Expo coming on
Yes.
March 8th and 9th.
Yes.
Right, and it'll be-
Maybe they will teach you how to stop your dog from attacking people's feet.
yeah,
That's a hope.
yeah. I don't know. You've tried.
I have tried. It's
Okay.
mostly just you.
She just, I don't know. She just, and those teeth are like piranha teeth.
Yeah, they're little shark teeth.
They really are. All right.
She's so cute.
Okay, can we talk about Valentine's Day? Because I'm nervous. I'm really nervous.
Nervous.
I've done so many Valentine's Days, and as you know, I'm not exactly Captain Romance. I still have not asked your mom to officially marry me. Like, I never proposed. We just kind of decided that's what we were going to do, and we went and picked out a ring, and that was kind of it. So I'm not exactly Captain Romance. Like,
Mhm.
I love your mom, and we have a great relationship, but Valentine's Day is not a day where I shine.
You're not a man of big gestures, certainly. That
No.
requires a lot of forward thinking and planning.
Yeah.
You talk about asking her to marry you. There's kind of an internet trend now where people with long-term partners still want their partners to ask them to be their Valentine every single year.
Okay.
So like people are doing elaborate things to be like, will you be my Valentine, even if they're married or have been dating for a long time? So not only did you not ask her to marry you, you have a lot of Valentines to catch up on. I'm certain you've never asked her to be your Valentine before.
Probably not. So
No.
so that's what I should do. Like, what should I do?
I,
We're starting. We're trying. We went out. We're trying.
we're trying.
We went.
Is this couples therapy?
I got a movie pass for
Yes.
every month for a year from my granddaughter. Awesome that she's already shopping and thinking of this stuff. But we went to a movie, for example, last week. We went to we went to a movie at like 4:40 in the afternoon. That's what you can do when you got all the time in the world.
Yeah.
So I took her to the movies. So Mr. Romance, bought her popcorn, then took her to the food court. Mr. Romance took her to Chick-fil-A.
The mall.
Yeah, Mr. Romance. And then we went to a barber in the mall and I got a haircut. So again, I start good and then I kind of always lose steam when it comes to romance. So
Yes.
I need some help. I don't like
If I'm really honest with you, I
Yeah.
think that what mom wants from you is just maybe vacuum the floors.
she says nothing makes her more happy than a clean house.
Yes. So maybe you should hire someone to clean the floor.
Give her some support.
Yes, some support. I
Okay.
think that is. I think she would want that much more than a gift or a grand
All right.
gesture.
Well, enough about me.
Yes.
What does Bailey want for Valentine's Day, or what?
And I feel like I'm a little bit like you. We didn't really have like a proposal or anything like that, and our wedding was during the pandemic, so it was kind of all thrown together. We haven't had a lot of grand gestures. I do have my husband, the producer, looking at me right now, so I guess I can ask for anything. I would love a night's sleep, one night of just. I know that's not possible with my baby, but one night of solid sleep would be the
Like,
greatest gift.
uninterrupted.
Uninterrupted sleep.
Yeah.
That hasn't happened to me since before I got pregnant.
Okay. Well, there is bottles. Like
Yeah, that's true.
You do use bottles. Like, obviously
Yeah.
there's you've. Can we talk about? Can we talk about the fact that you collect breast milk?
Like pumping?
Well, not the pumping, the collection thing.
Yeah, like a
because it blew. It didn't just blow me away. It blew your mom away as well.
Yes.
Because she said when she was, nursing both you and your brother, she'd never heard of this before. But
Yeah.
now.
Well, there's something called a haka. Haka sponsor us. I'm a big fan of you, actually. That when you're
It's not Haktua, it's
no,
Haka.
no, we shouldn't. No, Haktua is in big trouble. That's why we made a podcast to go into the space because
Okay.
she
All right,
stopped
got it. Sorry.
podcasting.
Sorry.
Anyway,
Okay.
no, it's called the haka.
Yeah.
There's other versions of it too, but I have a haka.
Okay.
And basically, when you're feeding your baby, on the other side,
yeah.
you put a little like suction thing on,
Yeah.
and it just collects the excess milk that would have been lost otherwise.
Yeah.
And so with that, I've been able to freeze a bunch, which
Yeah.
is great because then we can do bottles and things like that, and I can have like a little bit of a break and maybe a good night's sleep one day.
But like your mom said, I can't believe I'm talking about this
Yeah,
with
this is you brought
with
this
my
up.
daughter, but I think this is interesting for
Yeah,
a portion of our audience. There's probably some guys going me 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 me.
let's just say we don't have a lot of guys listening to us. I've looked at the demographics. I hope we get more, but it's a women's show.
Okay, there's
Yeah.
not many guys listening.
No,
All
not
right.
according to our analytics.
All right, so to the 4 guys listening, I
Yes.
apologize. But for
They
the
need
rest,
to learn too.
they do. But for the
Yeah.
rest, like Karen's, I can't believe that I was losing so much. I had
Yeah.
no idea I was losing
Yeah,
so much
there's like
because in a short time you had like
a lot. The very
a
beginning,
deep freeze full.
the very beginning, I really froze a lot of milk because it was easier. But now it's
yeah.
But now she's a hungry big baby.
Yeah.
But it is the haka.
Okay.
It's something.
All right.
There's many ways to keep your baby alive and feed them, but the hakas helped me for sure.
Okay.
And now we're moving on to prunes. I can't believe it.
All right. See, there you go. The things I never thought I'd ever talk about with my
Yes.
daughter.
I think it's
on
important.
A podcast. No,
We all were born. Our moms fed us in some way.
yeah, I have no idea how that ties into Valentine's Day, but somehow it did.
Because I wanted to have a good night's sleep, which
Right.
requires the freezer milk from the haka.
All right.
Yes, that's all I asked for Valentine's
There's
Day.
absolutely no excuse. You've got that. You can get a night's sleep.
And maybe a score bar.
Okay.
Some kind of chocolate. Chocolate never fails.
Yeah. No,
The sweet treat.
that works for me too then. All right.
You can't eat her chocolate you buy her.
We're going to a hockey game this week.
Yes. It is a very, very big deal to me. It is going to be Leona's first hockey game. And again, I work for the Edmonton Oilers. I have been a lifelong, diehard Oilers fan. This is not going to be an Oilers game.
No.
For her first hockey game, I thought it would be really, really special to bring her to the upcoming PWHL game at Rogers Place coming up. So it's going to be the Toronto Scepters and the Ottawa Charge, and it'll be her first hockey game. The whole family's coming along with us, and it's gonna be so cool. They're doing the takeover kind of on a neutral ground. They're doing this all over Canada.
And they're all sold out. It's incredible.
The-
Like the support for women's
Yes.
hockey in Canada and the United States has been incredible.
Yeah, women's sports
Yeah.
is just it's late, but it's having such a big moment. We went to the WNBA game last year at Rogers Place.
Right.
It was so much fun. But this is like hockey is my sport, and so
Yeah.
I'm just the PWHL, I'm a huge fan and huge fangirl of the players and everything that they're doing, and so it's going to be so amazing to have my daughter there for the first game. We're up at the top. It's going to be great.
All right. And we've got a couple of friends of the show that are part of
Yes.
the Ottawa Charge.
Yes,
right?
we're big Ottawa Charge fans. I mean, I when I watch the PWHL games, it's different than when I watch the NHL because I am really rooting for all the girlies. Like
Right.
anytime someone scores, I'm like, okay, that's amazing. Like
Right.
I really do love them all. So many players, and I'm a fan of almost all the teams, but
Yeah.
the Ottawa Charge have a special place in our heart
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. So we talked about the hockey tournament, the Stollery Classic, Family Day Classic that Steve Serdachny does. His daughter Danielle plays for the Ottawa Charge, and
Yeah.
we have known Danielle since she was born.
Yeah.
Since she was born, and now she scored a huge goal for Canada in the American Canadian whatever
The
it was,
Worlds,
the world,
yeah.
it was the Worlds, I guess, at that time. And now she plays for Ottawa, and then the Emirates Mashmeyer,
Yes.
who again is the Mashmeyers out in the Bruderheim area.
Mhm.
We watched her play minor hockey with our nephew
Mhm.
and things like that. When I think she played for the brick team. That
Yeah,
he
she was
played
in the
on.
brick tournament
She was
at West Edmonton Mall.
right,
Yeah.
and now she's the goalie on this team, and
She's playing amazing.
she's a mother, and she's
Yeah.
just she's incredible.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have both those ladies on at some point.
Yes.
But we want to do a shout out to the PWHL, and like you say, it's having its moment. Thankfully, the hockey is great,
Mhm.
and I'm assuming this hockey game is kind of going to be a little bit like a Taylor Swift concert.
Well, there is rumors of friendship bracelet trading.
Okay.
So you're right about that. I think I'm gonna have to make some bracelets because that is the rumor. Is that's kind of the thing that goes on in the game in Toronto. There was bracelet exchanging and it seemed really special. So
Okay.
I'm so looking forward to it. We would have loved to have Danielle and Emmerins on prior to the game, but they're
Yeah.
so busy.
They are.
They're
so
on the
busy.
road with the teams, right? So
Yeah,
it's hard.
yeah.
We'll have to catch them.
I think we'll get them in. Hopefully, we'll get them in studio.
Yes,
that would
that's the hope.
be ideal at some point. So
Yeah.
anyway, shout out to that big game that's coming up at Rogers Place. Rogers Place has that game because the Oilers, they've got a break right now. The Four
Mhm.
Nations Cup is happening. So Canada, U.S., Sweden, and Finland are playing these hockey games that are coming up later this week, and we'll see where that goes.
Mhm.
You know, at the time of recording this, I mean, Connor McDavid's going to get a chance to finally put on a Team Canada jersey, even though this isn't Olympics or anything like that. But it's going to be nice for him to have his moment and play
Yes.
with Sidney Crosby.
He's been talking already about how excited he is to play with Sid, and
Right.
that'll be pretty cool to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
As someone who got to go to All-Star games prior to the Four Nations existing, this is kind of now in that space.
right.
I think it'll be a cool change up, and it'll be some good hockey to watch.
Yeah, so there's some great stuff coming up this week as far as that goes. All right, we wanted to talk about. Oh yeah, okay. I did want to mention this really quick before we get into your whole pop culture show because that's good. But never let your man grocery shop alone.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it's like in your case. I've never really heard you complain, but when Karen sends me grocery shopping, she says you always come back with things we don't need and never come back with the things we need. Is that a typical thing from a man perspective? She gives me a list and I try my best, but my gosh, there's things that just call my name when I go down those aisles. And
You're just shopping with your heart.
and she's like, "What about the milk you were supposed to bring back?" I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the only guy that has that issue.
I think that's so Renato is a big list maker. Big
Right.
list. Phone. We have a shared groceries list on our iPhones where if he edits it, I get the notification. So we're making a
Oh my
collaborative
gosh.
list all the time. That man is very regimented about grocery shopping, as he is with most things. I shop with my heart, for sure. I come home, I shop with my heart and I shop with my wallet.
Yeah.
I will see something on sale and I will buy it. And it does, like, if there is a good deal at the grocery store, it doesn't matter if it's something we have never eaten before, may never eat, I have never cooked in a recipe. I will
Yeah.
be like, you know what? This rice was a really good deal. I bought 10 of them. So that's what I do. I am a bad grocery shopper. I think
Okay.
that maybe it's just you're a good grocery shopper or you're a bad one.
Maybe it's not a male female thing. Maybe it's a genetic thing. Because
Yes.
you got that from me.
Yes.
I'll come home with deals. You're right. Like
Yeah, I love a good deal.
I bought multi-grain Cheerios, which I don't think we'll ever eat. They're like cardboard. But there was 2 giant boxes. I got them, and they were like $7.99 for 2 giant boxes. Well, there's a reason why they were $7.99
'Cause they're
for
not
2 giant boxes. Yeah, nobody else is buying them.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I bring it home, and then Karen says, "We don't even have room for this in our cupboard." Like,
Especially when your storage room is a podcast studio.
what were you thinking?
I think it depends how hungry a person is when shopping as well, though.
Yeah.
I feel like if you go there, you've had a good meal, you're just there to go through the list, then that's great. But if you haven't eaten in a while, you're feeling hungry, those chips on the corner start to get really, really appealing.
Oh, so appealing.
Yeah.
So-
But I do think probably overall men are worse at grocery shopping. I just happen to have a robotic man that loves a list.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if I don't update the list, no matter if I tell him as he's exiting the door, like, oh, by the way, we really need eggs. If it's not on the list, it ain't coming home. So there's good and bad to that. He won't remember it if it's not on the
It
list.
has to be on the list.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. All right. Well, there you go. I just thought I'd throw that out. And maybe it's an idea for Valentine's Day. Shop properly. Grocery shop properly.
Yeah. If I followed his list,
Yeah.
I think that would be very romantic for him. I do.
You would love that.
Yes.
All right. Let's talk really quickly about Londonderry Dodge. We
Yes.
love Londonderry Dodge. Mitch, Jamie, and the entire staff there. I've had a relationship with Londonderry Dodge for many, many years. Even after I left the radio station, they said, "Hey, yeah, we're continuing on a relationship with you. We believe in you. We believe in what what you do, and I appreciated that. And now you're involved as well, and life is really, really good. So whatever you're looking for when it comes to a Dodge product, they've got the previously owned vehicles as well. I guarantee you they will give you as good a deal as anybody in the city, and they will 100% treat you right. The grandfather Jeep Cherokee that we're driving, we had a chance to go on a road trip recently.
Yes.
All 7 of us. It's a 7-seater.
The whole family.
My gosh, was that fun.
Yeah,
You know?
and it comfortable.
Yeah.
I will say, like, typically stuffing people, that many people, and like we're pretty tall. It was great. We had a baby, everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a comfortable ride.
I guess the only complaint about the Jeep grandfather Cherokee would be, from my son's perspective, is it makes him a little car sick. He says I kind of go, a little in and out with the old.
That might be the captain of the grandfather Cherokee. I don't know if that is the fault of the car or Londonderry
It's
Dodge.
definitely not. He's like, "Dad, you're making me sick. Put the cruise on."
But how nice that your entire family can pack into a car, you know?
Honestly.
And your 2 kids, their partners, your granddaughter. It's really cool.
When I came for a new vehicle, Mitch says, "What do you need?" And I said, "If there's anything we could get that we could all get into," and he said, "Done." Right? That's the kind of people they are at Londonderry Dodge. So shout out to them. Okay, let's do Pop Culture Jeopardy.
Yes.
Colin Jost, who's the guy from Saturday Night Live.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. He hosts something. I didn't even I somehow I missed this. I didn't know this was a thing. But my friend Lauren, and she put it in the Trader Hose group chat, which is my friend Lauren and Morgan. Shout out to them. She said
Trader Hose?
The Trader Hose, like Trader Joe's, but Trader Hose.
Okay, got it.
And the Trader Hose group chat has been popping off with Pop Culture Jeopardy. She watched an episode and she said, "You guys, I've found our calling in life, and this is what we need to do." Found out it was too late to apply, so now I'm just playing at home during the day, and it is like Jeopardy. Everything is the same about Jeopardy, but it's only pop culture specific questions, and they have categories like TikTok, Harry Potter. It's all over the place. But I watched one episode and I said, "This is what I was born to do."
Right.
And so I'm not sure what to do about that now, but I will say that it is highly entertaining, and I actually know the answers. When I watch Jeopardy, I don't know the answers, so it's not as fun.
Right.
But it really led me to think about if I could be on any game show. I'd never had an answer for that. Now I know I need to be on Pop Culture Jeopardy. What about you? What game show would you like to be on? Do you think you would do well on?
Yeah, again, Jeopardy, no, right? Wheel of Fortune, I never, even when I play Wordle now, like it takes me so long to get the words. I don't, probably Price is Right. Like I grew up watching Price is Right, Showcase Showdowns, all of that kind of stuff, and you'd play them, and I seem to be good. And they'd bring Price is Right sometimes to River Cree or the Jubilee Auditorium.
Really?
And I never, ever have gone, but I think it would be a lot of fun to go to Price is Right. And I think that, nowadays, who knows with inflation?
That's what I was going to say. I haven't watched Price is Right for a long time, but does it account for the prices of things these days? Because I don't know.
It would be a lot more difficult now.
But if the question was 2 large boxes of
multi-grain Cheerios for $7.99,
you would know that.
I would say that one.
Yes.
Yeah, 100%.
Yes, but Pop Culture Jeopardy it's so much fun, and I thought it would be fun to ask you a couple of the questions that I watched on the episodes to see how you would do.
Yeah,
because you're weirdly, some things about pop culture, but then you weirdly don't know. Like there's big gaps in it for sure.
Huge gaps.
Yeah.
You're gonna make me look foolish, but
no,
whatever.
I thought
that's your goal here, but go ahead.
That's not my goal. I'm starting with an easy one, okay?
All right.
Listen to the words.
Okay.
She followed her arrow to the top of the country music world with 7 Grammys, including Best Country Album for Golden Hour. Oh, you buzzed in? Okay.
Casey Musgraves.
Yes. See?
I love Casey Musgraves.
Okay. We talked about, this is the second Lizzie McGuire shout out today because I said, Lizzie McGuire, you're an outfit repeater.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
My pressing the beeper almost, it's got Honey wanting to eat me again.
No, Honey.
Come on up. No. Come on up. Okay.
She's
all right.
coming.
If you're on the video, you can see Honey right now.
And honestly, that's a reason to watch the video.
Yeah, go to the video on YouTube. She's attacked my toes. Producer Randy's going to have to come in and get the dog. She's taking it. Oh, I just literally pulled my hamstring. I'm not joking.
Oh,
That just
honey.
happened.
We're gonna have to go to the pet expo and sort this out.
Pet Expo, we need your help. We got a demon dog. I
Demon.
literally pulled my hamstring. Like I feel like something is pulled in my leg because when she grabbed, like she bites your toes like a piranha.
No.
But why? Just because I pressed the buzzer. Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, carry on.
She didn't like that.
Carry on. No.
Do you want me to take her?
No, she's fine. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Question number 2.
In a pivotal scene in the Lizzie McGuire movie, Isabella asks this Roman to sing to her.
This Roman?
It's a name. Yeah, it's a name. Sing to me blank. We've definitely watched the Lizzie McGuire movie together.
Right. But it's got Roman in the name?
No, he's a Roman man. He's from Rome.
Oh.
But it's think of an Italian name. Not Renato.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
That's not the answer. The answer is sing to me Paolo. Have you remember
No.
that?
No, I don't.
It's the most important part of the movie. Sing to me Paolo.
But I do remember Lizzie McGuire. But I literally can watch, and I don't know this is maybe a bad sign for me in the future, but I can watch a movie and then see it 3 months later, and it's like the first time I've seen it. Like
Yeah,
I have
that's
no
why-
recollection of a movie after I see it.
Yeah.
I could literally watch the same movie every 3 months and it would be new to me.
Yeah.
So that's not a good sign. So anyway, sing to me, Paulo.
Yeah.
Okay. go on it.
This category is TikTok.
All right,
Okay.
All right.
2 qualifications from the Much remixed TikTok video by Megan Bonney that follow looking for a man in finance. Do you remember that? I'm looking for a man in finance.
I'm looking for a man in finance
6'5".
and full of
I really thought you would know this one.
6'5" and what?
Blue eyes.
Blue
Do you
eyes.
remember that? This was like 2 months ago.
I'm looking for a man in.
Finance.
No.
6'5", blue eyes.
The only thing I ever see
Trust
on
funds.
TikTok is that girl that sounds like Taylor Swift that sings that song about, I don't know. She sings that song about, and everybody does their own remake of it. You know, that it's a huge hit. The one that opened for Taylor Swift. What's her name? Come on.
Like espresso? Like Sabrina Carpenter?
And how does it go?
Like that's that me espresso? What is going on?
No, it's the biggest. It's like the biggest song in the world, according to what. Because it's always on TikTok, and people are always singing their own version of it. And I once or twice.
Oh, Gracie Abrams.
Yes.
Wow, I didn't think you would know who Gracie Abrams was. Wow, okay.
I don't know why, but
That's so true by Gracie Abrams. See,
did she not open for Taylor Swift?
She did when I went. Yes,
Thank
I
you.
didn't. J.J. Abrams' daughter, the director's daughter.
Okay.
Yeah. Wow.
Anyway.
You know that's so true
I
by
thought
Gracie Abrams.
I thought that song was Taylor Swift's song forever, and then I found out it wasn't. And that's all I know about from TikTok.
You know what?
songs.
I feel like that is more important than that could be a question on Pop Culture Jeopardy.
It would be better than whatever you just asked.
Yes,
about
it would.
Megan Boney or whatever.
6'5" blue, looking for a man in finance. It's a thing, I promise.
Oh, I believe it. Everybody else probably listening, except for the 4 guys, know what you're talking about.
Oh my goodness. Well, that went just about as well as I thought. You pulled your hamstring and got one question right.
Yeah, I got eaten by a dog twice.
Not once
No.
or twice.
Looking for a man in finance, 6'5", and whatever else he's got going on.
I think we're getting hysterical. The heat is getting to me.
We're starting to glow.
Oh.
Hey, listen, that is it. That is the week that was. We've got so many great things coming up again. Don't forget Valentine's. This women's hockey is going to be amazing.
Mhm.
Don't forget again the Stollery Family Classic that's coming up, and next week on the show on Family Day we're going to have an interview, a one-on-one, well, a two-on-one, I guess, with Dan Davidson,
Yes.
who wrote the song we're about to hear.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell him when he gets here. He is truly the coolest guy I know that doesn't know he's cool.
Yeah.
And he's got an incredible story, and it's going to be
And a great
absolute-
voice.
and a great voice, and he's just the neatest guy.
I'm
So,
excited. Our first musical guest,
Yeah.
besides you singing Gracie Abrams.
however that goes. Don't forget to download, of course, subscribe, watch it on YouTube. You can actually see a dog attack my feet if you go to the YouTube version of this.
Yes, it'll be much more interesting to watch.
Yeah. And was there anything else you needed to say?
No, I think
No?
that's it.
I think we nailed it.
Yes. I don't think you'll be my Pop Culture Jeopardy partner, though.
I gotta put ice on my hamstring and put Band-Aids on my toes.
The Pet Expo will save us. It's okay.
Yes, the Pet Expo. They're always there for us. All right. Thank you so much for listening. Take it away, Dan.
Even when we got nothing to talk about, there's nowhere I'd rather be. 'Cause there's something about you and me just sitting around talking sheets.